Welcome, welcome. Pursuit here, playing some Crash Landing. And I wanted to get my little setup over here working a little bit better. I just came back from collecting a bunch of stuff from... Oh, look at that. Redstone, too. From collecting a bunch of stuff from one of the buildings over there. Which went fairly okay. I'm trying to set up a spawner, see if I can access those spawners a little better. That's some good redstone ore. I don't really need it right now, but it's nice to have it just the same. And I ended up collecting a bunch of random blocks here that I'm not sure what to do with. So let me toss these in a few boxes here, and got a lot of books. Keep on having to break those bookshelves. Got some dust and some bottles. I got enough bottles in this system though I don't need anymore. So I'm gonna put the rest of them in here. Maybe eventually I will make them into more packs, more camel packs. But for right now I think it is just fine, and I'm gonna actually keep one in here. Well, we'll try to make a new one when I want to demonstrate how well it works. See how well that works? Wonderful. I'm gonna be showing how that works today. I already showed when I built it, but I'm going to do another little video here and show exactly what it took to do it. It looks like I'm collecting shears. Let's see. Wow, look at all this stuff. I know extra food in here. My bag's getting a little messy here, I think. Well, not too bad actually. Like my take everywhere junk bag though. Put my sweets away that I got for my reward bag. The beef jerky, I don't need the beef jerky. I do need to eat though. Let's see, what shall we eat? How about some rice soup? Got plenty of rice soup, and it's probably the best food that I'm making right now. I could probably make some better, but don't really need to. I do need to get this juice system going, but that's for another time. Let me just fill this in so I don't fall through the floor here. And you... Oh, this is because I changed out this chest for a gold chest. That's why it's open and you're all waiting to try and kill me. But guess what? Surprise! You're on fire. You're dead. Just having a bad day, I guess, huh? Okay. Let's just close that off, because I don't want anybody coming in here and messing up my day if I don't have to have them doing that. Yeah. Go away. Find somebody else to bug. I need your drops, but I don't want to mess with you right now. So, I just wanted to make sure I got this thing set up the best possible way that I can. I think I already forgot what I set up, but the fluid transposer is still running well. I've got a furnace there that's apparently maxed out and probably just wasting my charcoal, so I'm actually going to swap that out for birch planks, because we don't need to be burning that stuff all the time. Let's just put some planks in there. Let's throw the charcoal in here. Well, you know what? Let's actually throw the charcoal up here for the time being, because that looks like it's going to run out eventually. Still got this going, and I still don't have any emeralds. So, waiting on that. Plenty of leaves there, so we're good. Okay, let me look at my system here again and see what I've got going here, because I wanted to try and explain it for anyone who cares to try and replicate it. So I got my triggers going, and I can probably just hook all the triggers together on a separate, on a flow thing, but I don't know that I need to either. I can put one of these flow controls to trigger them all, but we won't worry about that. So let's see, we got inventory coming from the downside, because I think I set this thing for, yes I did, the output is down, and outputs to this chest over here. And so this one, let's name this one, let's call it, we'll name it by the trigger I guess, let's call it pull full bottles. No, not enough room. Pull full bottle. That'll work. And we'll call this one, based on its name, let's see, chest. This one looks like the crafting, so obviously let's go ahead and just name it. So let's say craft camel let's call it fill camel pack. Nice. How many spaces do they give us there? This one's all the way full, so 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I could actually do one more, but I don't need to, so let's save that. So it's pulling from... It's pulling bottles, 4 bottles, and an empty pack. Which you can rename stuff. I really like that. Crafter and output to the so it outputs it to the chest. And it only outputs the full one. Okay. And I'm gonna have to run a few tests on this, possibly, and see what happens, but for right now, the more you define, the less chance you have of things getting screwed up. So that's why I did it. This one, we will have it set as, let's see, it is doing what now? It is, it is, fill bottles maybe we should say bottles to Transposer. Bottle to Transposer. Transposer. Does that let me save it? Oh. Interesting. I didn't realize it would let me... Oh, it's only going to show... Oh, okay. That's how it works. Bottle to Transposer. Cool. Now, you could set this up many different ways, but this is sufficient enough for what I need. So, let's go outside and look at how the actual setup is. This, of course, let's start here because this is where it all starts. The leaves go in here, and let's go outside. We'll see where they go from there. Get ready to slap some spiders around. I hear another spider around here. And we're just going to kill these skeletons because I don't want to mess with them. But I can use their arrows. Kill whoever else is out here so they don't sneak up on me. Okay. I think that's everybody who didn't already fall into my mob trap down there. Nobody left down there. Okay. So, we have here... Be careful, because we got the Pyrotheum in there. And as you'll notice, it says the speed is 0.7 millibuckets per tick. It's currently full of water. The way this happens to work, though... Okay, so we've got, like I said... actually, I would like to move this lever, I think, to a better location. Let's see, let's just put the lever on top there, I think is going to be what I want to do. Let's just put it right up here. We may move it again later, but I think that'll do. This is just in the way. See that Pyrotheum? Dangerous stuff, that's why I have it out here. It likes to set everything on fire. So, I've got, I'll show you my setup here. I've got the empty the chest here to put the leaves in. They're all getting pulled down into this crucible, and I'm using the Pyrotheum under there because it was what I initially set up, but it actually breaks it down a lot faster than lava does. As you'll see, lava, it says 0.2 millibuckets per tick versus 0.7, so I'm going to get plenty of water there. And apparently I have just run out of water. But, let's see. I got any more in my bag? I do. So, throw that on. And so, the way we've got it set up now, and I'm not going to move these because they're great for standing on. I had another setup out here before. We can probably just knock these out though, because I don't think I need these anymore. I was using the Pyrotheum to do two different things here, and I had another crucible set up right here, but I don't need that setup anymore, so break all this down. So anyways, got the leaves that are in here. They're being pulled out, dumped into the crucible, and from the crucible, wow, I'm getting hot there. We've got another lever set up there to pull from the fluid ducts, well, through the fluid ducts from the crucible. And this is going both into a portable tank here, which I can use to fill up buckets or individual water bottles. And I've also got it going to this fluid transposer, and it's currently full. and I've got a generator above it to fill, which is not having at all a hard time keeping up with the water bottles. So that's what I got on the outside here. Not much to it. Just stay away from the fire. So let's go back inside. And then on the inside here, I have a setup with using Steve's factory manager. And currently, and I just filled this in, and I just realized I should probably leave it open so you can see it. That's okay, I'll just pick up some of these blocks again so I can use them. I've got Steve's factory manager just connected to this chest, and you could put this, you could put the chest like right next to it if you wanted to and not use any of these inventory cables, but it worked for me for the time being. It's the best setup, because the only thing this needs to connect to is the fluid transposer and this chest. So as it is set up now, what happens is when I throw a Camel Pack in here, I'm going to wait a second to throw one in before I'm going to explain it first. When I throw a Camel Pack in there, it will move first thing it will do is it'll craft a full Camel Pack using 4 of the bottles from using this setup right here, the Fill Camel Pack setup. So it will take and pull from the chest an empty Camel Pack. So you put 100 damage value to say it's empty, and this will only work for empty ones. It's not set up to do any in between. I couldn't find a good way to do a detection that wasn't it was only partial, and this also prevents from wasting any of the water, because if they're partially empty, you'll just have to waste some if you don't want to fill them all the way. So emptying them out all the way seems to be the best option. So it pulls out 4 water bottles. I don't know if I showed that. I specified 4 bottles because we're just going to fill it all the way up. So it'll pull those out, and then it's going to craft them. So I've got the recipe set up here with the empty ones. So you have to put 100 damage value here, and 4 water bottles. And I may try and set it up later to do something else a little more iffy when I'm not just concerned about water, but I'm trying to make it as efficient as possible here. And the excess inventory I have set up with the same chest that I have the output to. So I'll show that. The output is, of course, to the chest that I have set up there, and I'm telling it to output the full one, which is 0 value. So that's what happens with that setup. And once that's done, we'll end up with 4 water bottles in here. And the way the system is currently set up, whenever a water bottle lands in here, I'll just go ahead and show this part because I've got enough bottles here to go around. If a empty water bottle lands in this chest, it is going to pull it out automatically, throw it in the fluid transposer, it fills up, and it gets sent back to here. And that's all handled by Steve's factory manager, is doing all of the shifting around of those bottles. So it was really rather quick. This thing's still running, of course, generating the power that I need, and it's going to have plenty of power using just a survivalist generator. It is very efficient for use on just one machine that only gets used occasionally, so it's not going to be a problem at all. So that part of the system is we've got 2 parts here. We've got these are in this order because that's the order I set them up in. No particular order other than it just happened that that's the way I set them up. At the time it seemed the best. And so we got bottle to the transposer. So this one pulls, these are all set on one. These are the triggers. I've just renamed the triggers to tell me what they are, and they're all just set on 1 second, so it checks it every second. I could probably slow it down if I wanted to, but that was the default. So anyways, it pulls from the chest, and you always have to set the target, but this one in particular, I just set the down because, you know, that's what it was. There's only one of these that really matters. So it pulls from that, and it pulls the glass bottles, any empty glass bottles. That's the only thing it can pull out. And the output, I am setting it to output, and I told it to the north side. The north side is this way, and that's what I set on the transposer, was the north side. This is this one to input the empty bottles, so they'll end up right here. And I did that to get to setting it up so it wouldn't be any confusion or bugs in the system. If you set as many things as possible, you're less likely to end up with bugs. Because there are a few things that I wouldn't necessarily, they're not always bugs, but there's just a few intricacies about setting these up that you run into problems. For anyone who does any programming, you know that occasionally it's just easier to set things up so that the system figures it out appropriately, rather than hoping that it works out. Anyways, that's not important. That's how I set it up anyways. So it outputs a glass bottle into the transposer, which fills up the bottle because it's currently got set to output water. And since this already has water coming in from the back, it should stay full as long as there are leaves up here. So the last part of it being the pull the full bottle. So once they're full, it's set up to pull them from the transposer, and I set it to the downside, and I set on the transposer the downside being the out. I'm not sure what happens if I turn all that off, but I know how this works with pipes, so I set it up the same way. I might test it later, but initially getting it set up, I did it the way that I figured it would work best. So it is set up to pull water bottles, and I went ahead and told it just water bottles rather than letting it pull anything, because I didn't know what would happen otherwise. And then we are outputting into the chest. So the system works pretty darn quick. See, it's still, we've put the bottles in there. So if I take my empty pack here, let's show all that helping together. It's all going to be pretty quick. Throw an empty pack in here, and it starts crafting it right away. Done, just like that. The bottles have gone to be filled already, so you're going to see 4 water bottles filling up. It threw the empty ones in. You didn't even see them. It threw them in here, and then it threw them back out. And then it's done. Really simple, really easy. The transposer is already full again, and I don't have to care about filling my packs anymore. It just does it for me. So when my pack is empty, I just swap one out, throw them in the chest, and it takes all the headache out of working it out. And I probably don't need any more than 4 in here, but you know, I had all these bottles, and they ended up in this chest when I was filling them manually before, and it doesn't really hurt to have any extra right now. So that's why they are. I may eventually just end up replacing this with a whole bunch of packs. I got enough bottles I could make a bunch if I smelt some of my rotten flesh into leather. I could just fill this in with a bunch of packs, but I really haven't had the need for it right now, so that's where I'm at right now. It'd probably be a good idea so I wouldn't run out of water as easily, or at least have a good stock saved up. So that's what I've got for now. I hope this has been helpful. Have any questions, feel free to ask them, and I'll see what I can do. So once again, thanks for watching, and have a good day.